mathematicians. We see one more problem asked in CSIR. It is June 2011, Part B question. So this is one of my favorite problem because you just need to draw one graph. Once you draw the graph, the answer will follows. Okay. So let's see. So it is given that I is set with two elements, just one and two. Okay. Then for x belongs to R, they are defining a function phi of x. Phi of x is distance between the point x to the set I. Okay, how the distance between a point and a set is defined? It is defined to be infimum of first you have to so you see you fix a x, then distance between x comma I you want to find. How it is defined? You find the distance between x and all the points of I. Okay, suppose I has some 10 elements, then this say a1, a2, etc. a10. Find the distance between x and a1, x and a2, and x and an. Okay, so you see mod x minus a means the distance between x and y. Okay, then you will get 10 numbers x minus mod x minus a1, mod x minus a2, etc. etc. mod x minus a10. Out of them, you look at the infimum. Okay, then that number is defined to be the pi of x. Okay, but in case of our problem, I contains only two elements. So you take an x, arbitrary x belongs to R, then you calculate the distance between x and 1. Okay, here it should be modulus, yeah, mod x minus 1. So and similarly you calculate the distance between x and 2, that is mod x minus 2. I mean infimum, if it is an infinite set, you calculate the infimum. It is anyway finite set, contains two element only, so yeah, very well you can just find the minimum. Okay, so basically pi of x is nothing but you calculate the distance between x and 1 and x and 2, you take the minimum value. Okay, that's how the function pi of x is defined. Now the options are, we are asked about the continuity of the function and differentiability of the function at various points. Okay, so we draw the graph of this function pi of x, then it will be immediate, then it will be very clear. Okay, okay, let's see the graph. So this is how the graph of the function going to looks like. Let's see why. If you, what is pi of 1? Pi of 1, maybe I shall write here, pi of 1 equal to minimum of distance between uh, 1 and 1 and 2 minus 1. Okay, so this is equal to minimum distance between 1 and 1 is 0, distance between 2 and 1 is 1, so minimum is 0. Okay, so this is the graph of the function phi, and pi of 1 is 0. Okay, therefore at 1 the curve passes through x axis, at 1 it is 0. Similarly, if you calculate pi of 2, you get it will be minimum of distance between 1 and 2 and 2 minus 2, distance between 2 and 2, you get this is 0. Okay, so at 2 also the function passes through x axis, or at 2 the function takes the value 0. Okay, very good. Now suppose I take a point here. Okay, for this point 1 is the closest point, 2 is the 2 is I mean 2 this much far away, 1 is only this much distance. So for this point the distance between this point and the set I will be just this distance. Okay, uh, because pi of, suppose this is my x, pi of x will be minimum of this distance and this distance, correct? Minimum of this distance and this distance, clearly this is the least minimum. So this is, you will get this is the pi of x value, this distance, whatever the length of this line segment. So if you take a point here also, for this point also this distance is the least compared to this distance between x and 2. Okay, so if you take a point to the left of 1, the distance between x to 1 will be lesser than distance between x and 2. Okay, okay, so basically here if it is a half, then pi of 1 by 2 will be distance between half and 1. What is the distance between half and 1? It is just half. Therefore, at the point half, the function will takes value half. Then at the point, what is pi of 0? Distance between 0 and 1, and distance between 0 and 2, 0 and 1 is the least, 1. Therefore, at 0, the pi of 0 is 1. Okay. So, at 1 by 2, the function takes value half, 1 by 2. At 0, it takes value 1. So, and you see, if you take a point here, distance will be this much. Okay. So we conclude that the function goes like this in the LHS. Okay. So for example, if you take a point here, its distance will be this much. So its image will be this point. Okay, where this distance is equal to this distance. Okay. Uh, I hope it is clear. So more and more point you take this side, the distance between x and 1 is what, less than distance between x and 2. So the curve keep goes like this. Okay. uh, I hope it is clear why the graph looks like. Similarly, now we come to the right side of 1. If I take a point x here, then still the distance between, you see, this is half, this is half. Okay, this is half, and again this is half. If I take a point here, this distance will be less than half, but this distance will be greater than half. Therefore, for this points also, the distance between uh, x to 1 and x to 2, x to 1 is the least. Okay. Therefore, we get for all these points, for 3 by 2, distance between 1 and distance between 1 and 3 by 2, distance between 2 and 3 by 2, they are same, it is 1 by 2. Therefore, at this point, that distance is 1 by 2. If I take a point here, for example, say, like here, suppose it is a 1 by 4. Okay, it is a 1 and 1 quarter, 1 and a quarter. Then now this distance is 1 by 4. Therefore, the image value will be 1 by 4. Okay, you see, image of 1 by 4 is 1 by 4. Okay, so if you take some other point here, its image will be this point. Okay, whatever this distance. Okay. Okay, now if you take a point here, then distance between 1 and this point will be larger than distance between this point and 2. Okay, therefore, for this point, that we have to take this distance as the image. Okay, so this distance will be lesser than half. Okay, this full length itself is half. Therefore, for this value, the distance between for this point, pi of x will be lesser than half. Since it is less than half, it should come back like this. And again, for pi of 2, it is 0 as we calculated here. Okay. So now, if you take a point here, distance between x and 2 is lesser than distance between x and 1. Okay. So hereafter, the distance started to grow up. If you consider the point, for example, 3. Okay, suppose this is a point 3. Sorry. Suppose this is a point 3. Now this distance is 1. So the curve will take the value 1. Okay. So for in particular, the graph will you take point far away from 2, the distance will keep increasing. So the function will go up. It won't come back at all. Okay. So here also the function will go up. It won't come back at all. So basically, if you look at the curve, at 1 it is take the value 0, at it takes 0, at 3 by 2 it takes the value half, and everywhere it is just a line segment. Okay. Therefore, the function is clearly has no discontinuity. It is a continuous function you can draw without lifting the hand, and it has 3 sharps at these 2 points, 1, 3 by 2, half. If you remember, mod x is not differentiable at 0. Okay, f of x will mod x because it has a sharp like this. That is why it is not differentiable at 0. But rather, if you look at mod x square, it will be very smooth. So it will just like it goes like this and it smoothly goes up. So x square is differentiable at origin. But mod x, it is like you will have this, it is a straight line. This is a straight line. Do straight lines joining at a point. So there is a sharpness here. Okay, it is like that is why mod x is not differentiable. So I will make a different video on why if you have a sharpness at that point function is not differentiable, why it is not differentiable if the graph has a sharpness. Okay, that I'll make a different video. For the timing, you believe that if a function has a sharpness at some point, then at that point function is not differentiable. Okay, so basically this function is not differentiable at 1, 3 by 2 and 2. Okay, okay, so we conclude that phi is continuous on R, but it is not differentiable only at x equal to 1, 3 by 2 half. This is the correct option. Okay. Yeah, pi is discontinuous somewhere on R is wrong because it is a continuous function. Pi is continuous but not differentiable only at x equal to 1 is wrong because x is discontinuous at these 3 points. They are saying it is discontinuous only at x equal to 1. So that is wrong. Similarly, this is also wrong. Okay. So I hope you understand how we draw this diagram. To check whether you have understood clearly, you take I equal to minus 1, 0, comma 1 and you do the same problem and you find the set of points where f is not differentiable. The function will be continuous for sure. One more very interesting thing will be take I equal to set of rational numbers and you look define pi of x and check the continuity and I mean it will be check the continuity and the differentiability. Okay, and you share with me your option. So I have started a Telegram group. Okay, so where you can solve these problems and share your answers, and you can ask your doubts also. Any doubts in the video, any doubts in mathematics, you can ask me. So the link of the Telegram group I have given in the description. You can join in the Telegram group. Then you can ask me your doubts. Okay. Okay. If you like this video, please like, and if you haven't subscribed it yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'll meet you guys in some different video. Thank you guys.